Hello, hey guys, it's Allison, and welcome to 24 and 24 Pajama Talk Pals. How are you guys doing tonight? Whew, it's over. Like, what am I supposed to do with our lives? 24 and 24 came to a close, and that finale is one for ages. I cannot wait to talk to you guys about it. What did you guys think? Was it as stressful for you as it was for me? Holy crap. I mean, we narrowed it down to the top 6 chefs, to the top 5 chefs, and then ultimately we have our winner. And I cannot wait to talk about it. We're going to be joined by my panel of culinary experts, as I call them. And I'm just excited. Oh my God, this was crazy. Okay, let's see here. I mean, that's pretty cool. Okay, Michelle. Okay.
I know.
I'll
give you this one.
Yeah, I never win. This is very exciting. Okay, well, we have to talk about it, Michelle. I mean, this was so insane. Oh my
I
God.
know.
Okay, let's get Matt on here.
Say, where's Matt?
Who did not see?
Go ahead, the logo?
I love the logo. By the way, you guys, Michelle created these amazing logos. I think they're okay. We're bowing down. Okay, for me, yes, but we're bowing down to Michelle for creating that logo. That logo is amazing. Thank you so much. I mean, I love the Pajama Doc Pals. You did a great job with it. But yes, I would like to. We have to talk about the 2 episodes. I know I'm not a bad sport, but I'm excited. Okay.
It was a well fought win.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Well, first of all, we have to talk about 6 chefs. Is that Goldie? She might be a little bit clingy today. She got her tongue ties clipped, so she's been a little bit more. So if she comes in here, sorry. Okay. We have to talk about it. So we went from 6 chefs down to 5. What did you think about that meat challenge? Okay, they obviously it was Avishar, who we absolutely love. It was Chef Joe trying to get that perfect medium rare, which I believe they said it was 130 is the perfect medium rare.
130 is the perfect medium rare.
And so we got really close. Guys, what did you think about that battle? Whoever wants to go first, go on ahead.
I'll let Matt go.
I'll jump in.
He's the chemistry guy.
So I had many thoughts about this part of the battle, one of which came down to, were they given a time limit? Because
I don't think they were.
One thing was, Joe went in with a super hard sear and a butter base, which that's how I like my steaks.
Yeah.
If I'm cooking a steak on a cast iron pan, sear it, get that good Maillard reaction going, throw some butter and herbs, and just let that baby baste.
Right.
But Avishar took a slower, more meticulous, almost like a pseudo reverse sear of, like, rather than hit it hard and fast, hit it low and bring it to temp over time. And it felt like by the end of it, his one comment that struck me was, I don't have time, I just gotta go. I think if he had gone actually like 2 or 3 minutes on a slightly higher heat, because I mean, Joe was within 2.3 degrees of a perfect medium rare, which that's insane.
It was
Avishar was off by a lot.
Like 3 or
127.7 versus 117.9.
Right.
And I feel like if Avishar had taken a little bit extra time, I don't know if there was like a pressure to get it done or.
Yeah, because I don't think they specified that you only had to do it within a certain amount. I think it was just to get that perfect.
When you're ready, send it up.
Yeah, and I think the butter base, you're right. I think that was incredibly smart. Michelle, did you think like either approach?
I like Joe's approach better. I think it was easier to control the final temperature a little bit better, and I think he knew more about, it's kind of like the this to see the pressure. I think that Joe had a better gauge on it altogether, because I know Avishar had said that's not how he normally cooks a steak. It was a different method. But I love the look on Joe's face when I said you can't cut it, you can't temp it. He's like, oh.
You're flying on vibes, hopes, and dreams.
Well, and I mean, okay, correct me. So I know it's like this is the perfect medium. Is it right? Is it?
So it's like this, right here.
Right in the meat of your finger.
This.
But you have to pinch it, right?
Yeah.
So when you move your fingers, you feel that muscle tightening. The tighter it is, the more done your steak is.
Now you're talking to somebody who likes their steaks medium well. So I know. I got to
I
get
like
this out of
mine almost
Texas.
mooing sometimes. It
See,
depends on the cut,
I'm a
though.
medium rare guy. I'm a medium rare. Put about
Yeah,
130 and
so
send it.
mooing,
relatively.
medium rare, I don't know. I mean, I just that challenge was so intense. I mean, like obviously I did like Joe's approach more. I think like coming from Texas, it's like to me, I would have put it on the plancha and just hope for the best. I mean, at that point, I did like that they were testing. I do think that Avishar let his rest just slightly too long because you
Yes.
saw him poke. Did you see that where he was
Yeah.
really poking it? And it's what he should have done is just I mean, like obviously hindsight's 2020 or whatever it is, 180. I don't know what it is. But basically, if he had just taken it up there, I feel like it would have been closer to that 125,
Yeah.
126 mark. Maybe. No, you're saying no. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
if you watch a video next to the steak,
Yeah.
there's like some juices that are
Yeah.
like red, like
Yeah.
Meaning
bright
it's
red.
it's super
That
rare.
hemoglobin coming out.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it need to go just probably another minute longer,
Yeah.
maybe 2 minutes tops, and it'd have been fine.
Yeah.
I would almost wonder if that's where the difference in the cooking came into play, because
Yeah.
in Joe's case, you hit it hard and you get a carryover cook of 5 to 10 degrees.
Right.
Right.
Avishar's felt like the second it left the plate, it was already cooling.
Yeah.
So if Avishar had taken it straight from, like, even taking the cast iron up to them, be like, temp it now.
Do it, please. Like right here. You know what? I think that I was so bummed to see Avishar go. I mean, he is somebody I think we will see all over the Food Network. I can see him coming back. He had such a great attitude. I feel like he was very much me in college. Like I realized that I had test anxiety in college, like at the worst possible time to figure it out. And so like once I had figured that out and I was able to communicate with my professors and say, hey, when people are getting up, I'm filling out like the rest of my answers because I'm thinking, oh, I better have been done. Does that make sense? Like, and I feel like
Yeah.
Avishar was like that. It's like instead of just focusing on his own homework or his own dish, he kind of was like, oh God, no, I have to be done. I have to be done. And I feel like that was his downfall, which is unfortunate. But I think we'll see him. He is,
Oh, definitely.
oh my gosh. But then then we got the top five. Oh, please go ahead.
I reached out to Chef Avishar. I slid into his DMs after the episode.
Yeah.
And I will say, the person you saw in that show is just that sweet human being. That is who he is. And I'm like, when I come to Columbus, like, if you're around, I would love to just say hi. He says, I will greet you with a warm handshake. So,
Sounds like
just a nice fella. I'm down. I'm only 4 hours from Columbus. Let's go.
All right, pajama
I'm
chalk. We're
that,
going to get in our little buggies and we're going to just go to all these places.
Pajama car.
I'll have to get my broomstick out to get over there. So.
Oh, I love that. Okay, guys, so we got the top five, and then this is the challenge that I literally we knew was coming. Obviously, it's the speed challenge, but here was the kicker this time. They obviously took all of the ingredients and all of the challenges from the first season and all of them from the second season and said, you're doing both. What did you think about that? I'm going to start with Michelle on this one. What did you think about them throwing everything, like the entire kitchen sink at them?
Who's the main person that put onions at the beginning of the challenge?
It's true. That's true. They did take a lot longer with the onions. Yeah.
Well, I mean, for onions to not give you, I mean, they have sharp knives, so they're not going to bruise the as easily. But the best way is like chill the onions if you can, and then it negates it while you're chopping them.
Oh.
It takes a lot of the eye watering out of it.
Okay.
I don't know. My favorite part was Alex's assumption during all this. Oh, it's gonna be like this, and like we get to the next part. It's like, oh, I was expecting this, and they change it on him. So I think going forward, all of the chefs are going to go.
Yeah,
we can watch the previous seasons, but let's throw it out the window. We have to go with an open mind. Though I did love Alex's pastry chef muscles with the whipped egg whites.
Did you see his face when he had it upside down? Like,
please work.
I know we've talked about it. Like, I think that was such a smart approach. It seems like a lot of the chefs had that approach about like approaching other chefs who've done the show and saying, hey, any advice? I don't think it really helped this season. I mean, I could 100% be wrong on that, but I like that. It's smart. I don't know. Matt,
I would even say, just to briefly put a breadcrumb for our future discussion, I would say it almost hurt this season. for them at the end, for the top 5. Because there was, we'll talk about it as we get a little bit later, but there was a note when a certain chef made a comment. I'm like, I hope that doesn't go to bite you in the butt.
Was it Alex?
And then it did. It was Alex.
Yeah.
But I will say, and I have to say this because Marissa's in the other room, she's talking to her parents on the phone. Yeah. I have to throw it out there that as soon as I saw the 6 challenges lined up, and I know Michelle's going to laugh at this, my first thought was, outside of culinary school, nobody tornadoes a potato. And then Alex said it 30 seconds later. I was like, yes!
Okay, the tournaing the potato obviously is making it the 7 sides. Why do they do that? I mean, I know it looks pretty.
That's it.
Is that it? Is that literally it? Like,
I don't know.
So I've been looking, every time I see this, I always ask myself, what is the point? And I almost see it as kind of like, when I'm teaching students, you give them like the wax on, wax off type of deal of, you put the jacket on, take the jacket off, wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
Tornadoing a potato feels like it's an exercise in precision more than anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, given as Alex said, nobody since 76 has put it on the menu.
Yeah.
But if you see a tornado potato properly done, it's this person knows their knife skills.
See, I thought that they could have done their knife skills different ways. Like, I really like, those, I don't know. To me,
Brunoise.
Yeah.
A Brunoise, yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Just, I don't know.
Slices, 6 dices.
Yeah, that's what I know. Slices, 6 dices.
I will say, as somebody...
Oh, please.
I've competed on one of those relay type deals. There was like a Top Chef at Sea many, many, many moons ago.
Yeah.
Whipping egg whites to stiff peaks under pressure is stressful.
Who was it last season? I know that this is not a little off topic. Who was it last season who did something and he used, it was Sawyer. I think it was Sawyer.
Yes.
Whatever technique he used last year was like mind-boggling, and it worked.
He was whipping back and forth faster to get the air in.
And he has to turn the bowl sideways a little bit, I think.
Yes.
Okay, because I knew it was something that the other people were not doing, and it was just something. Yeah, but we didn't really see that.
It was smart.
Yeah. Well, I personally loved. Yeah, I love Joe's technique. I like the fact he's like, I could literally, because obviously the winners, progressive, were going to be able to choose their meats. And I liked, he's like, hey, I'm going to do this safely. Like, I'm tired. I think I'm going to make a mistake. And I thought that was the best way to. Full throttle.
Yeah.
I would have gone a solid, 75% the whole way.
Okay, 75.
If you're going full throttle, the onions, it was the onions he said, I'd rather be safe than speedy.
Yeah.
Because onions, I've nicked myself plenty of times cutting. I'm sure, Michelle, you've probably got a few cuts from onions.
Yep.
Looking down the line, the later ones are harder to get hurt on.
Yeah, okay.
It's like, do the onion safely. Artichokes, I mean, that's just a matter of muscle memory.
Yeah.
I would have done the onions at a 75% and then kind of ramped it up. Okay, we've got the onion done. We've turned the artichokes.
Yeah.
I mean, pitting an avocado, I probably would have done it the super not safe way.
In your hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which apparently, I've tried it. If you squeeze the top and the bottom of an avocado, it pops right out.
I love avocado. I have an avocado every morning. That's like my breakfast. I love avocados.
They're delicious.
It's I'm getting really good at pitting an avocado. but I think so. I would have not been as full throttle as Michelle. I bet your skills really would have shined in this. I don't think I would have gone 75%. I think I would have gone between 25 and 50%. I think I'm a safety ranger.
Got the chicken.
I would have got the chicken.
You would have had the chicken.
I like chicken though, so I would have been okay with that. I don't know. I would have gone safety, but you guys, Chef Alex, decided that he was Mega Man, and he won. And he obviously got the pork, and he got the golden knife. What did you think about the winning of the golden knife? So this one was probably the most consequential. Literally the most consequential reward for having the golden knife. Do you guys, Michelle, do you want to mention it? What?
As far as who he picked or what he got
to do? What he got to do with it.
So he got to pick one chef to go to the back and hang out with him for the next competition part.
Yeah.
And 3 chefs had to compete, and it was a double elimination. So he chose Viet, Leanne, and Joe because they were the strongest chefs.
Okay.
And don't forget, Chef Viet was also revenge. That was a revenge arc made manifest.
Yep. Payback.
I'm sorry, that was funny. Like, well, duh. He made me cook a Sawyer. Of course I mean, you can't, sorry, Chef Viet, you can't blame him. Like, I would have done the same thing. Matt, what did you think about that? When you saw that was what he got, would you have chosen those 3 chefs? Would you have chosen a different chef? What would you have done?
I probably would have chosen those 3 chefs, but one way I would have done it differently is that instead of having the golden knife, have it be the last 3 chefs to finish have to go into that competition. Because that way there's at least, because choice of proteins, as Joe said, there's no skin in the game. It's you get chicken, shellfish, fish, beef, or pork. There's not a bad protein on the board. It's not like, oh no, I didn't get chicken, now I have hickory smoked horse buttholes to work with. Like, you still had good proteins. So I feel like if they wanted to put more skin in the game there, they could have said the top 2 chefs do not get a small break. The bottom 3 have to go into the competition, because I see the point of like having the golden knife. It goes to Alex. You get that beautiful revenge arc against Chef Viet.
Yeah.
But also, it just felt like, as Joe said, you could still be on the onions and have it just say, I'm just gonna slow chop my onions this whole time and have nothing bad happen to you other than you just rested chopping up a whole bunch of onions.
Okay, I didn't think about it like that. Michelle, do you agree with that? Like, would you have played nice and just done the bottom 3? Would you have done the revenge arc? What would you have done?
Well, what it would have, if we went the way Matt suggested, Christina would have been in the competition.
Okay.
And Viet would have been kicking back in the back. So it would have been Viet and Alex in the back. So that would have changed the whole dynamic. I don't know. I at this point, they're all exhausted. It's all, I mean, there are some that have a little bit better skills than others, but their brains are all fried. Their hands are tired. Like Joe said, he couldn't even snap his hands, or his fingers hurt so bad. So it's definitely the great equalizer of time and exhaustion. I don't know. I think I'm going to say that it should stay the way they have it, just because the golden knife should have some reward, and payback is a booger. So
payback is a booger.
I am fair play. Like, I want everyone to have fun. Like, okay, but if it was me and I was Alex, 100% I would have thrown Viet in. I mean, that's like, I'm sorry, like I would have done it. But if I really was doing it and it was me, I might have just done like drawing names out of a hat. To me, that would have been a fair. I know it's not as fun. I know it's not flashy.
You say that now.
I told you I would throw Viet in.
But you're cooking for 20 hours straight. Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
It's easy to play Monday morning quarterback here, but in the moment, I imagine that whole, because
I don't do well.
The Chef Viet versus Chef Alex thing was what, 2 weeks ago from our perspective. Yeah. For them, it was like 2 hours prior.
Oh my god, I don't know. Yeah, it's still definitely fresh. I mean. Maybe I wouldn't have had the bigger vendetta if I didn't like we had talked about if he didn't know it was Jonathan Sawyer. If it was just like, hey, you have to go against the chef and you have to choose someone, that would have been a little bit less. But knowing that it was season 2 champion, it's like, I could see it.
See, I wouldn't have told him who he was competing against on that round. I would have just we have a chef coming out, pick someone. That way, it's a complete surprise to everybody.
Somebody well rested and ready to party.
Yeah.
The way he strutted out, guys. But anyway, okay, so obviously he chose Christina, which I'm going to talk so much about Christina. I love Chef Christina, but we have my dream team was in the very bottom. So we had Chef Leanne, Chef Viet, and we had Chef Joe. I couldn't do it. So then, what was that first? What was the first one? The first one wasn't the family dinner, was it? It was the
elevated street food.
Street food. Okay, what did you guys think about that challenge? Because obviously, when you were talking about Chef Alex, he thought it was going to be breakfast, lunch, dinner. Was that what you were going to say?
Yeah.
And I think that was his biggest mistake, because he picked his proteins, and we'll talk about it at the very end there, but it felt like one of those, you can have amazing ingredients, but you still have to nail the challenge.
Wait, first of all, hold on. This is my new. Okay, hi, Gertie. She's joining my family, so she's marrying my nephew. So hi, Gertie. I haven't met you yet, but I'm very excited. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry. All right. So you said, yeah, that did bite him in the butt. Okay, so we
It did.
obviously are doing this elevated street food. You know, Michelle, what did you think? I mean, what would you have done for elevated street food?
Well, I think looking at everything, I think Leanne went the smartest way, though
Yeah.
Joe's dumplings, I mean, that was a pretty gutsy move to go with the chicken.
Yeah.
And I think part of the problem with this is, and we've seen this in the previous seasons, is they save what they think is the best cut of meat as opposed to going all out at the
Hold on.
beginning.
Hey,
But they only had
hold
30
on, sorry.
minutes.
Charlotte, can you come get Peaches, please? Charlotte. Charlotte. Sorry. Charlotte. Can you get Peaches, please? She's going. Okay. But yeah, okay, so you said, sorry, say that again. I'm so sorry.
So I think Joe went the smart way with the dumplings, but
Yeah.
so we've seen last season, especially where they were like saving their best protein for later rounds, not expecting to get cut early on. And you have to play each round like it is 110%. So I think, but Joe liked the idea of chicken. He's like, yeah, I can cook this. This, you know, if you know how to do it, it's good. So that was a smart choice. I think Viet chose the wrong cut of beef.
Mm-hmm.
Which was really surprising, but again, they've been going for 21 hours at this point, so understandable. I think Leanne's was the best idea for with what she has,
and it was beautiful. Her plating was gorgeous. Yeah,
and I
would
know
even
the
add to
only
that.
way she could have added crunch was gone with like cabbage instead of lettuce.
Yeah.
True. Matt, go ahead. Sorry.
I'd say to add to that, it also feels like Leanne's was the most street food.
It did.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a chicken fried steak. I would eat a chicken fried steak any day of the week.
Yeah.
If I'm walking down the street and somebody says, "Hey, buy a chicken fried steak from my little food cart here," I'd be like, "I don't know about that. It's not really street food." Or even the chicken wonton dumplings. Dumplings are closer to street food, but a fish taco, that's street food. That is because my criteria is it a food I can eat while walking?
The problem to me was we needed forks for pretty much every single one. And so that to me was the biggest. Okay, if you're telling me I'm going to go to a street food, I need it, like you said, like in my hands. I'm walking. I have kids running around. I might have dogs. Who knows? You know what I mean? But with these, it was like they were gorgeous. I don't know if it was because they were elevated, but they all required forks.
Yep.
Now, I don't know. That to me made it not street food. But then again, I
think he should have done like a kebab or like shaved like as soon as he did the beef and put it on a skewer.
Oh,
kind of like a folded meat kebab kind of thing.
Yeah.
Especially if he pounded it out, then it would have cooked differently. You would have gotten more of the fibrousness to break down.
See,
go ahead. I saw a great little like Instagram reel of a guy's like, I found this cheap, massive steak for $5. That's chuck roast. It's not a steak. I'm going to cut it up and sear it hard and cook it medium rare. It's not going to be good. And this whole like, thought process, like, you can't treat a chuck roast like a steak.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
Chuck roast has to be low and slow. Like, that's what I make, like, my pot roast, and that's when I make my
break down those muscles.
Yeah.
Pressure cook that thing. That's what I did a week ago. Made some beef curry.
Oh, God, that sounds so good. That sounds so good.
So that could be a street food. A beef curry could be a street food.
Okay. I personally thought it's like fried. I think Chef Viet was really smart with the fried. Like, I liked that. But I agree with you. Just the presentation didn't work. I thought that Chef Leanne's was the most beautiful. Like, I just loved all the colors. I felt it was gorgeous. But then again, it felt very like I'm going to sit down at a restaurant. You know, I don't know that. But then Chef Joe's, see, I liked the dumplings. Like, that to me was I love, obviously, my teammates. I mean, my dream team. Obviously, I chose, Chef Leanne and Chef Viet for a reason. But I felt like that one just screamed street food to me. Did you, Michelle, Matt, did you guys feel the dumplings were the street food? You said kind of that they were, but.
I'd say like 80-20 on the dumplings. And I'm going to guess, because I know they didn't say like we're going to rank them, like give scores out. It was like top dish only. I would guess if Chef Leanne was here with the win, Chef Joe was about here, and his biggest knock was the chicken eating dry and missing that one unifying connection to it, because his plating with the coconut being over reduced, it took it away. The dumplings, great street food. I mean, you want dumplings in Manhattan, I'll point you to 5 different restaurants. You pay $5 for 5 dumplings. Yeah. But when you're plating them with the sauce underneath instead of on the side, if you put the sauce in a ramekin, that could have saved it.
Yeah, I think the thing that tripped everyone up was the elevated. Like having this entire last challenge be elevation. Like Michelle, you're disagreeing. You're disagreeing, maybe?
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just thinking, how could you elevate chicken dumplings? I'm thinking like something like truffle or even a little bit of caviar.
Oh, okay.
And because instead of street food to me is handheld, something you can carry. So dumplings you could do. Think of it in terms of fair food. When you go to the fair, you want something you can get and walk around with. So you could do that with a tray of dumplings. You could do that with the taco. You can't necessarily do that with as large chicken fried steak as Viet did. So, but elevated, I mean, you could do, there's ways to do it, boldly with truffle or caviar or, little bits with sliver.
He's like, yes, I'm going to try whatever. Matt,
I have a thought.
Okay.
So Michelle, to the fair comment, what about chicken fried steak bites?
He could have done that too with some mushrooms and
cut them up small.
Like, but again, going back to the kebab idea. Would that have been elevated? I mean, like with
an appropriate dipping sauce that could be elevated
in the ramekin. You said,
in
a ramekin. You can ask Marissa. I'm a sucker for a ramekin. I've been fighting to get them in the house for years.
Marissa, he wants ramekin.
Well, our anniversary's next week, so.
Oh my God! Happy anniversary!
Yeah.
Man, you have a lot of exciting stuff going on right now.
Like, hey, ramekins.
Oh my God! Well, happy early anniversary. No, I think that I was so sad to see Chef Viet go because obviously, I first of all, I'm a huge fan of him anyway. Like he has been on my dream team several times. I love having watching him cook. I feel like the way that he came back from having that little breakdown. It's like, and again, that's something that we really appreciate, Mama, and we really appreciate that Food Network shows us because it's like, it just reminds us, hey, these are like real people. I mean, I know that they're, on television, but they're real people, they're real chefs, and they're going through something really hard. And I love that we got to see that from him. I also love the IVF, that he wanted to do the IVF. My twins are IVF babies. So it's like, that's something that I understand how expensive it is. And so I hope that he still goes on that journey. That would be so exciting. But it's, to have that kind of, that goal in mind. It was just like, no, I didn't want him to go. But then you also had Chef Joe. I mean, like Chef Joe was somebody that I think that we're going to be seeing a lot of as well. I mean, I don't remember what he wanted to do with the money, to be absolutely honest.
Donating to charity for ovarian cancer and take his wife on vacation.
Yeah, because she was a cancer survivor.
I mean,
stage 4 too. That's just.
Oh my gosh!
Well,
it's
terrifying.
So the thing with cancer stages is a lot of it depends on the type of cancer and where it's at.
Yeah.
Like my thyroid cancer was classified as a stage 4 because it had spread outside the thyroid and into a couple of lymph nodes and the parathyroid.
Yeah. Right.
But in relation to other cancers, it would be like a 1 because it was caught really early. So it just depends on the type of cancer. But either way, it is not fun.
No. Well, it's not fun. But then it's like having those, like fighting for somebody that, fighting for first of all, someone that you love, but also for something that you're so passionate about. And it's like, I don't believe we've seen Joe before. Was that?
No, but I hope he's on more. He's a blast to watch.
He's fun as hell. Like, I like him. Yeah,
I would like to have a beer with him.
Yeah.
You know what I would love to see? Pasta. Just the Sunday dinner of Michael Simon and Chef Joe together. Put them in a room, lock the door with just fresh pasta, some Sunday gravy, and just watch the two of them go at it. Because when Michael Simon walked back on to like joke with him, like, these are just two guys, just, and not even like in that very Italian way, like, two guys, you sit there, you have your cigar, you got your gravy.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I feel like the two of them would be a really interesting show of just Sunday dinner with Michael Simon and Joe.
I did not mean to interrupt. I think what you were talking about was when Chef Michael Simon went behind him and was like, "You're not making pasta." He's like, "I'm from New York, but it doesn't have to all be about pasta." And then the genuine laughing from the Iron Chef was just like,
it warmed my heart because I've seen a lot of times, Chef Michael Simon talking about just like Sunday dinners at his house. And like, to be a fly on that wall. I mean, the food's got to be amazing. Because the two of them together felt they had a really fun host-contestant chemistry going.
Well, so it was sad to see them go, but then what I loved was obviously, so Chef Leanne, again, her dish was the most beautiful. We got to be, like, call it what it is. That was the most beautiful dish for sure. And obviously it seems like it was very, very tasty as well. So then we had our next challenge where basically we had Chef Leanne, we had Chef Christina, and then we had Chef Alex all come back, Christina and Alex had their break. Now they're back at it. And this was the family night dinner, I think.
This is weeknight family meal in 30 minutes.
This one, I have questions, but I want to hear, Matt, what did you think about this one?
I thought it was a lot of fun. I will also throw out that they did point out that Chef Michael Simon was on his 22nd cup of coffee at this point, and you wonder why he was starting to get a little loopy. I feel like the approach from all three chefs was interesting to say the least, because you saw Chef Alex leaning in with the pork tenderloin, the childhood favorite with the pork Milanese.
Yeah.
Chef Leanne going with that steamed hot oil sea bass.
Ooh. Yeah.
That was a choice. I mean, she did get dinged on. There was a couple pin bones, but when you do that right, and Chef Christina, it felt like she was cooking from the heart, and I hate to say I agree with the judges there that I don't know how the potatoes fit.
Okay.
They did.
I can see in a weeknight meal you're always going protein, veggie, starch. Like that is the quintessential weeknight meal. I think she could have left off the starch and been fine.
See, okay. What did you think, Michelle? Like,
I think she could have chosen a different, like a quick, I don't know, maybe a small type of pasta, like, or she had even done orzo. Orzo would have went well with that.
Okay, I'm not familiar. What is orzo?
It's delicious. Rice-shaped type of pasta.
Okay. Ooh,
so
it's like big rice.
Orzo would have went well, and also would have went well with the charred lemon, and she could have added peas or asparagus in there, and it would have tied it together a little bit better. The lemon potatoes didn't go. It just when I saw what she was plating, I was like, that doesn't pair with the prawns. It doesn't.
See, again, the elevation, it's like, because a weeknight dinner to me, like, is kind of what you described, Matt. It's going to be like a meat, it's going to be vegetables, it's going to be a starch, it's going to maybe be a fruit if I can, convince my kids to eat fruit because they like vegetables more than fruit. I don't know. I'll take it. But so to me, that's, so all of these dishes, I think this is a challenge that I was really looking forward to because, again, this is something that is so important to me. Like, I'm really working on, creating these weeknight meals, with 30 minutes. Like, I think that's what I love. Like, that's a time frame that I would usually have, like, from when they get off the bus to when my kids are saying, Mom, I'm starving, so that I was very excited about the challenge. I will say that I don't think I would have served any of those dishes just because, okay, I'm sorry. On a typical night, I'm not going to have sea bass. Who knows in the future, guys? Who knows? But
the pork I could see. The pork was the most weeknight dinner to me.
Pork, I definitely, my kids do love fish, so it's like I don't want to completely X that out. But I mean, just the elevation. I think that it was, I understand why they had to go the direction they did. I don't know. I didn't really have a problem with the potatoes so much as I actually had a problem with Chef Alex's. So Chef Alex's, that was remind me of it.
The pork Milanese.
Oh no, that wasn't. It wasn't. It was Leanne's. I'm sorry, Leanne.
Hers was the sea bass.
Okay, that's the one. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just felt it was beautiful, but it just with that first round, she kicked butt, and I felt like this one was just like. It was right there with Chef Christina, in my opinion. I hate being the mean one,
Well, it could be that you're going into it with your expectation of a weeknight family meal versus a Hawaiian.
And that's what we said we don't want.
We ding that every time with the judges.
It was.
I would have sea bass for a weeknight meal.
Would you really?
Yeah.
I would.
I fixed it.
If Marissa ate fish, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Would you fry it? How would you prepare it? Just the way she did, or?
It could be fried. I might bake it,
I'd bake it
or fry it.
Okay.
I might.
I need to elevate myself. I really do.
Poach it.
Okay, that would be good. I love fish, so I mean, like, I would do it too. But see, okay, you're right, and I'm doing exactly what we said not to, and we did. I mean, again, for those of you who are new, this is every week we kind of ding the judges on if they have a preconceived notion going in, where they say, "Oh, well, I would have done X, Y, Z with this dish," or "I think that this should have been this." So yes, I'm going in with a preconceived notion of feeding 4 kids under 10 who.
So dino nuggets and whatever they have handy.
Unfortunately. Well, I mean, for 30
sea
minutes
bass
or less,
in the shape of dino nuggets. Dino nugget sea bass.
I challenge myself that I will make sea bass sometime in the next 2 weeks so that I could say that I made sea. I don't know. It just.
I will look forward to our group chat pinging with that. Because I tried making scones for the first time this week, so I mean.
Yeah, I loved that.
It's time to try new things.
It is time to try new things. You're right. So maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I just felt they all looked great, but I personally liked the pork Milanese. How do you say Milanese?
The pork Milanese. Or Milanese, I guess.
Yeah.
They said Milanese. I always heard it was Milanese, but.
Milanese, yeah.
Tomato.
Yeah.
Tomato, Italiano.
Yeah, but again, we saw Chef Christina, who first of all, again, the fact that she has a different needs daughter, like, is something that I'm very familiar with. Obviously being an ER nurse, like my husband's a nurse, it's like there's so much that she has that I felt very like kin to, and I loved. She was almost on my dream team, so I felt very special because I was like, maybe next time, Christina. But what did you guys think of Christina overall? Like, I mean, she was somebody that maybe did you think that she would get this far? Like, she's someone who was.
Okay. She was a cooking instructor.
Yeah.
She was cooking and became an ER nurse to help take care of her daughter. So they focus on the ER nurse, which is nothing wrong with that at all, or ICUs.
No.
That's a very admirable thing because I couldn't do it. Kudos to the people that are able to. Yeah. But she had some skills in her back pocket going into this. She was not just a one-trick pony. So, kudos to her for making it to almost the very end.
3.
Yeah.
I will happily admit I was wrong on her.
Yeah.
I did not expect her to go this far. I kind of watched her, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe 3 shifts in, and then she kept going, and even Marissa was saying to me, is because she came in as I had the battle on with Avishar and Joe, and she's like, well, where's Christina? She didn't go home, did she?
Aww.
She was invested. I'm like, no, she's in the break room. She's in the break room. She got a break. She had a break. But I will say, I have never been happier to be wrong because she truly impressed me to no end. I am happy to admit I was completely wrong there.
I think she is somebody who, I know we've said this about a lot of chefs, but especially in these top 6, but we will see her again on Food Network. I think that she had such, I love the way she exited. That had to have been so hard. It's very hard to have that composure when you're tired. You're literally in the top 3, and it just, you were that close and just have to. And she just had such a great attitude, and she's like, have fun, guys. And I mean, for her to have that composure, I think that's something that really maybe suited her well as a teacher, but also suited her well as a nurse. Because I know when you're exhausted and you have patients and you're having, it's a 12-hour shift. Like, oh my gosh, I loved watching her. But please
I got one more quick comment from the judging from that round, which I had to write it down because of how hard it made me laugh. When Iron Chef Alex Guarnaschelli, eating Alex's dish, said, and I quote, "I want to eat this without silverware and without clothing."
In the privacy of their own whatever.
In my mind, I'm like, I've had a few dishes that fits that criteria. and you know the ones.
Yeah, no,
you're just sitting there. You're like, yeah, I don't want to wear pants as I eat this.
Yeah, she should keep her head up. She did an awesome job all the way through.
She should.
And
She really should. Chef Christina did, truly, like it always like fills up like a slow clap for you for everything you did there, because the dish looked delicious. I prawns, let's go. It just felt like it was one of those.
Now that I know they're shrimpish. Yeah,
shrimpy. And the potatoes being there were the issue, and them not being crispy enough.
Yeah,
I would 100% chalk that up to just sheer exhaustion, because at that point you were going on 23 and a half hours of cooking. Yeah. That I stayed out until 1:30 in the morning for a friend's band, and I was wrecked the next day, and I'm only in my mid-30s. I can't do 24 hours straight. So truly kudos, Chef Christina. If you're watching this, please come back to the Food Network. Please cook again. Yeah. Please keep doing what you're doing, because you're amazing.
Yes. Yeah. And Michelle, did you have anything else for Christina?
No, I'll nitpick how they portray the different contestants, because that's just me. But I mean, really, she should be proud of the fact that she held her own against some really heavy hitters. So, I mean, I was really impressed with the dishes she turned out. And I mean, she got a little bit extra rest in the back for 30 minutes or so.
Well, there's a couple times. So she did get those a few extras. So I think that definitely helped her, but I don't feel like I think her talent got her there. It wasn't those little breasts.
I agree.
Yeah. But and we didn't talk about the judges. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. So we obviously had Iron Chef Alex Guarnaschelli, who we love watching. We had Jet Tila come back, who, I mean, it's the Jetster. We love him. And then we had, is it Jean-Georges? Is it
Jean-Georges? Holy crap, what a get.
I love how he judges. Yeah. Oh my gosh. He was wonderful. I mean, very concise and clear, and judging the dish on its own merit.
Fairly.
Yeah.
And he always gave the review sandwich.
Yeah.
Something good, something that needed fixing, and ended it with a note of, you should hold your head high about this dish.
Yeah.
I know. Were you guys familiar with him, obviously, before? No.
I was not.
I've heard of his books. Not as familiar as other chefs, but as soon as he walked out, I'm like, wait, why do I know that? Oh, that's why I know that name.
I'm going to have to go through my cookbooks, because that's my summer plan, is to get my cookbooks organized. So I might have something in there already of his.
So it seems like, I think it was Chef Alex who said that I have his cookbooks. And I love when we watch this and we're like, we gather their cookbooks, but they're gathering their cookbooks. And
I love watching him fanboy and fangirl. I was like, oh my gosh.
Even Chef Alex Guarnaschelli fanboying how, like, this last judge, I'm excited to be next to him. Like, whoa.
I like how they spoke a little French together. That was kind of like, I think that she was just like, oh, yes. No, I agree. Okay, so we had the final challenge, and this one was the Mamba Jamba, the Michelin Star Challenge. Now, remember, you guys, we have Chef Alex, who has worked in Michelin Star restaurants before. We have Chef Leanne, who has not, even though she's competed. I didn't realize it was like for 20 years. Like, I've loved her for a couple of years now, but like 20 years? Leanne, what the hell? That's amazing. What did you think when they said that Michelin star? Did you think it was Alex's to lose? I want honest opinions, because I panicked. I thought, I'm going to let Matt go, because yes.
This is where I think Alex made the boo-boo.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I saw Iberico pork shoulder and thought, that is like the most elevated. I mean, Iberico pork is just, in terms of proteins, you're on a whole nother level.
I've never had it. Is it just juicy, or is it just...
I've never had it.
I've never had it.
Oh my
I just started eating pig, so like...
I
remember, it pooped on me. It's a whole thing.
More than a few times. And
it is allegedly some of like the best pork in the world. Like, it is to pork what A5 Wagyu beef is to beef.
Okay.
I had Iberico, shaved Iberico next to Eric Greenspan at the Fancy Food Show 2 years ago.
Your stories, Michelle, never cease to make me just like, I gotta fly out to California and just hang out for like a week.
Yeah.
But I tell you, this was this.
Oh, guys, I can't fill you in on my life, but if you only knew. But no, it's Iberico pork it's kind of nutty and rich and just.
Okay. Is it chewy? That was the. It's not.
It was the cut was the problem.
The cut was chewy,
and that's where he screwed up because taking an Iberico pork shoulder and treating it like he would have the regular pork chops.
Right.
It seemed to me it was almost like. Yeah. I always love relating to like food stories. Years ago, I was in New York and a buddy of mine went to this hot dog place and said, "We put shaved Wagyu on a hot dog." Why?
Yeah.
It's literally you're taking a beautiful protein and mishandling it, but they relied on it. It was the name recognition of being A5 Wagyu, or allegedly A5 Wagyu, on a hot dog versus in this case you have an amazing protein. It felt like he thought that was going to carry the dish farther.
Okay.
Because he did make the point at the end. It was, did I go too far? Yeah. Because the main thing they even said was everything was amazing on that plate. Except the pork felt like an afterthought. And that's a big except because, yes, it's more flavorful. Like a pork shoulder, that's the part of you got to cook it right, though.
How would you cook it differently? Because the way that I saw him prepare it, hard sear? Hard
sear and glaze.
Okay, because he grilled it, didn't he? It was like and then he sliced it. Do you think that's where he went wrong? Was the preparation that way?
I think the prep, he relied more on the fact that it's Iberico pork instead of treating, like he relied on the Iberico and not pork shoulder.
Would you?
I think that's where he made his major mistake.
Because it's like
I would have gone pork chop.
Yeah, because Chef Leanne only had the tuna. It was like she's going to do the tuna, but he had the choice between the pork chop and the Iberico pork, and he chose the Iberico pork over the pork chop. I mean, there's so much I feel like he could have done with the pork chop, but then again, I don't know Michelin star. That's not.
How many minutes did they have?
It was.
They had
37.
38 minutes. Yeah, it was a 23:22 was on the clock ticking down. But I want to quickly point out there, Allison, you're talking about not knowing a Michelin meal.
Yeah.
I think Chef Leanne summed it up perfectly. It's all about execution. Because at the end of the day, the Michelin guide is not put out by foodies, it's put out by a tire company.
Is it true?
The Michelin guide is, 1 star is worth a special journey, 2 stars is worth traveling for, 3 stars is meant to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip. They created the Michelin guide to sell tires.
Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, dead serious. This is not a bit. This is exactly the Michelin guide is by the big fluffy tire man.
1 star. You said 1 star is worth.
1 star is worth a journey. A second star is worth a dedicated special trip. Third star is meant to be like a once in a lifetime trip.
I had no idea. I mean, I knew. Well, I mean, Michelin that makes sense, but I had.
When you travel, you're burning out your tires, so that's why they're like, "This is worth the journey to burn out your tires. When you're done, we'll sell you some new ones."
That is so smart. Sorry, that just made me like.
Oh, trust me. When I learned that, I had the exact same expression. I was like, "Of course, it's tires. Of course, fine dining means automotive tires."
Okay, you want to hear
I'm just blown away. Sorry.
Thing. So, you know, my food journey, all that, right?
Yeah.
My husband works he's an IT guy for a tire / automotive company.
Okay.
So.
Is it Michelin?
No, but we're like the Michelin. We're like kind of a Michelin guide in people.
Yeah.
He's the tires and I'm the food.
Well, okay. That's just amazing. That's so nice.
But it's one of those, like, it makes so much sense when you know it that, like, it's one of those, it never clicks because you never think to connect cars and fine dining, but then it's like,
I also didn't know the level of the stars, because to me it's like you see these stars and it's like, for somebody who is a beginner cook like me, it's like I'm better than beginner, but I'm not quite there. But again, a more novice cook, it makes so much more sense. That's so crazy. Sorry, my mind's blown.
Getting your first star is really challenging. Getting the second star can take years and years and years. Getting a third star is, I mean, if you look at the list, it goes like 1 star, 2 star, 3 stars. There's like a handful of 3-star restaurants in the world.
I think it's because I watched The Bear, and that's like the only like frame of reference I have. Like
but considering The Bear, then the episode where Richie goes to work for the Michelin restaurant, and how they went out of their way to make it a special experience, saying, "You're going to serve them Chicago deep dish pizza, aren't you?" That's the kind of level that you're expecting for a Michelin service. I mean, there's an old, it's very dated. I know we're going on a tangent, but it's very dated that apparently you could tell a Michelin reviewer was in your restaurant because they would place a fork under their chair and time how long it would take the staff to replace the fork for you.
Is that true?
Allegedly. It's an old wives' tale, apparently. They say they totally don't do that, but there have been a lot of restaurants where a person puts a fork under their chair and they're like, are we being Michelin reviewed? Because it is very much highly secretive. They keep it under lock, key, stock, barrel, buried under the ocean.
I mean, again, oh my God. Sorry, the only reference I have is when they're trying to get the star on The Bear. And it's like they have the one who I think he was a reviewer. I don't know. That was the last season. It doesn't matter. But the point is, you're right. Like, if you were going to compare the way that they did, like, the dishes, and they, timed everything. And so that makes sense to me what a Michelin dish is.
Yeah.
What I thought was interesting, and I'm going to say I think it's Matisse. He's one of my favorite artists. I think it's Matisse. When I saw Chef Alex's dish, it reminded me of Matisse. And I hope I'm saying that correctly. It just looked very like that to me. So that to me was like Michelin. But then when I looked at Chef Leanne's, and it was the perfect medallions on the caviar, on the, with the endive, which I think I've endive. Is endive?
It's really good grilled. If you grill it a little bit and get that caramelization going, it's delicious. On its own, very bitter.
Oh, okay, very bitter. So, but the way that it was plated, it looked very Michelin to me, which was funny because they were two different. It was like one was very clean, one was, I don't want to say messy because I'm so sorry, Chef Alex. I know that's not what you're going for.
Avant-garde.
Avant-garde, thank you.
Yes, that's a very good way to put it.
Do you agree? Like, what did you think overall with their dish? I think that he did that misstep with the pork shoulder. I mean, he should have done the pork chop, but then again, I wouldn't have known what I should have told him to do different. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
When it came to the plating, and I will say this, having had Chef Alex on my dream team, as soon as I saw the plating, it was the avant-garde, almost chaos kind of plating.
Right. Yeah.
The thing about Chef Leanne's that stood out to me was that everything felt aggressively intentional. Every sprig of garnish felt like she had taken tweezers to put it there. And it was, and when Jean-Georges made the comment about Chef Leanne's, like, there's the game. Because he made the comment, I'm not saying how many stars, but it's up there. Yeah. That to me, I'm like, game's over, folks. Exactly. There's your winner right there. Yeah. When he said that, it wasn't would I award it a star? It was how many stars. And that was the man who does not mince his words.
And she's the only chef that I've seen in a while that can plate on blue. Yeah. Blue is a really difficult color to plate on. Yeah. If you're not doing fish specifically, but it's very difficult color. Like yellow is okay, orange.
Is it because it changes the color of the meat? Is it because it just reflects?
I think it's a contrast thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be like plating a brown on a tan plate with all brown stuff.
Ew, like a steak on like a brown.
Whereas blue is just it's difficult to get the right contrast.
Yeah.
And blue also kind of evokes like that blue plate special kind of feeling. So I almost feel like the blue is intentional from her, because when I see a blue plate, I'm thinking Long Island diner. I'm thinking it's 2 a.m. I might be a little drunk, stumbling into a diner, hungry for something, and they serve it to you on that blue plate. Because the way her plating was a masterclass.
It was,
and I know we've gone back and forth on a lot of, like, for TOC saying plating's only 10 points.
Yeah.
Her plating felt so intentional. It was like the Stanley Kubrick of plating for this competition. Every frame of painting.
the raw into the translucent into the paper, not the paper, but that's not the right word.
Yep.
The wrapping,
Yep.
like I
I'm
mean,
gonna have
it
to
was
try that because it looked like delicious and easy to.
so
Well,
good.
okay, easy in quotes to
Easy,
do.
Easy.
easy as in with sleep and full dedication and all of the right ingredients, it would have been a doable dish.
Yes.
But I mean, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I first of all, I had Chef Leanne on my dream team, and I mean, like, I love having Mama Wong. I mean, first of all, I will take these flowers. Thank you very much. I will say, I literally screamed because I was like, I didn't think it was. I know, and I'm so sorry, Chef Leanne. Like, I think that you're amazing. Oh my God.
I got Lego flowers on the mantle.
Lego flowers. Okay. I closed it. Will you close it? Okay, thank you. When I thought it was going to be Chef Alex. To be absolutely honest, I felt like both dishes were beautiful. I think I just I just had a feeling it was going to be Chef Alex. I think how do I say this? Sorry, I get very excited. I think the thing that I appreciated about Chef Alex was how positive he was on there, but how real he was in his interview, where he said,
Yeah.
"Heck yeah, I'm mad." Like, this is in the best way, because that's a
Mm-hmm.
real answer. That's not a
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. If you're going to show us who you are, Chef Alex, thank you for saying. Because I think anyone in that position who had been 1 point away, like one person away from winning $100,000, would have been like, "Oh man." And I loved that they showed that. It was so real, and it wasn't taking anything away from Chef Leanne, because then he goes, "Hey, if
Nope.
I was going to lose to somebody, I would want to
You
lose
want
to
to
the
lose to
best."
her.
Yeah.
Right.
So did you appreciate? I appreciated that honesty from him. I don't
I
know,
think the tighter he got, the more real Alex we got to see.
which I liked him
Yes.
more for, to be honest.
He started out really cocky with that, like, almost
Yeah.
too much of a bad boy. And by the end, it felt like he softened on the positions. I mean,
Yeah.
you saw it in his face. He went from having that cocky smirk to, like, I'm in the weeds with everybody here. And
Mm-hmm.
that, I think that's the biggest thing that stood out to me was
Yeah.
that he said it wasn't that he was mad. He was disappointed in himself for how he did
Yeah.
the final days. Like, that is self-reflection. Say, he
Yeah.
didn't go on a rant against the judges. He
No.
didn't say, I deserved it more. It's like, I screwed up. I own my mistake, and I
Mm-hmm.
want to come back and try again. And it just, one thing I
Yes.
noticed with these last 5 chefs in general
Yeah.
is that when somebody was leaving, there was an honest, tender goodbye for all of them as they were leaving. Like,
Mm-hmm.
those hugs felt real. Like, we've been cooking together for how many hours, and it just felt like there was that mutual respect across all the chefs
Well,
that came out.
I want to say something really fast because Michelle, I don't want to forget it. But what I really appreciate was the little moments, like Viet when he broke down and he took off his glasses. It's like, to me, that was not a I'm putting on a show. That was I am so emotionally, like, overwhelmed when Alex was talking about the families. If you notice, his face was quivering, like his chin was
Mm-hmm.
quivering. You're not going to fake that. You're not going to be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
23 hours into this competition, I'm going to do a little face quiver, just to kind of get the audience on my side." No, I mean, it was like you could tell that he was really holding back his emotions. And like you said, I think at that point it was like he felt like he was among people who among his peers, among the best. And I love that for him. I mean, Chef Leanne, when she won, it took her a second, like she didn't realize it was her, and then she looked and then she went, "Wait, what?" And it was the eyes, and just like, no, I love those things. With Chef Christina, she had her moments as well where she's just like, "Guys, I'm just glad to be here." I mean, that's why we love TOC. That's why we love the Food Network. That's why we love getting to know these chefs. It just, those little moments. And I'm going to go, Michelle, go ahead.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna put out there of, they say don't meet your idols. I
Yeah.
would be love to meet all of them face to
Yeah.
face. Most of them I wouldn't know what to say of the really high end ones, like be very
Yeah.
verklempt, but I could say I did. Um, but
Yeah.
I know was going through my feed, and Michael Simon had made a comment
Yeah.
about the friendships that are made in that 24-hour time period. Like, they may know each other, but they
Mm-hmm.
became tighter, and
Yeah.
developed friendships that are going to last because of what they went through. It's a trial by fire, literally. So I mean,
You know,
that's
look at
amazing.
Chef Abishar's write-ups. I mean, he had one for every chef that went home.
I had not found him on Instagram, and I'm so glad you said that, because I literally, when I went back and I read all of those, I felt like that was such a beautiful just sum up. He's just like so great with words, and just it just is a testament to him as a chef, but also, you know, him as a person.
And his mom
and the
better be
friendships
proud
they
of him
make.
because he did a good job.
His mom's proud of him. It's
As
I
she
mean,
should be.
guys, what do we hope for the future? Like, what do we hope for the future of 24 and 24? I mean, they gave us chefs that we may not have been as familiar with. I see you.
I want more of that.
I do too. I do too. I didn't think I would like it, and I loved it. Like, I got to be honest. I didn't, you know, I try so hard to learn these chefs on Food Network, and I feel like I'm coming from so far behind, because you guys have, you know, these great knowledge of all of them, and I feel like I'm trying to absorb.
I have to
I
keep
didn't
making
know.
new cards for my little trading card stack. I mean, I have a stack like that now of trading cards, different chefs. So I
They're
have to
so
add the
You need like
rest
a
of
deck
them.
of cards for every show.
I actually
You
bought
need
a
to.
regular box to put them in here for like regular trading cards, so that way I can keep track of them.
They're so cute. I love how you do that. I love it. But you know what I mean? It's like, I love that we got those new chefs. What do you hope? You know, I love the challenges. I think that, I mean, like with TOC, for example, you said you wanted to have more of the canned vegetables, more of the frozen
Yeah.
vegetables. Like,
I
is it?
love the challenges, like the 30
Yeah.
minutes. What people get, what you have 30 minutes to fix dinner when you get home. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You get home
Yeah,
at 5:30, dinner's at 6, get cooking.
Yeah.
I like more of the realistic, like the 30 minutes, because
Yeah.
then as the audience, we can relate to that. If you have a canned
Yeah.
food or a leftovers episode, we can relate to that. If it's accessible
Yeah.
or more accessible type ingredients versus the
Yeah.
high end lobster and caviar and uni and whatever else.
Or the
Give
Iberico
us,
pork.
or Miracle, give us a pork shoulder, ground chicken, whatever, because then
Yeah.
at home we can see
Yeah.
that and go, oh, well, I might not be able to do this type of thing, but I
Yeah.
can make something similar with what I have on hand. People are more willing to try something new.
I'm going to totally agree with you, but I'm also going to add this caveat of, I like when it is so outlandish. Like, there is no way in hell that I'm going to go and make an Iberico pork dinner. I'll eat my words if I do, but you know what I mean? I kind of love when they
Well,
show us these outlandish, these crazy meals, because it's like, that's the only kind of exposure that I might get to them. And I
Right.
love that. Like, I love
well, I
that I
like
can
that
say,
too.
yeah,
I like the range. Food Network has gotten a lot better at giving us
yeah,
the range of
yeah,
the,
Yeah.
super high end fancy pants. This is what everybody
yeah,
wishes what they think of versus this is what we have on a, weekly basis or something, and
yeah,
everything in between. So, I mean, that's part of
Or
why we
elevating
like the Food
the
Network.
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
We like learning about the ingredients or
yeah,
the spice blends or the new technique or
yeah.
whatever the little blurbs they've gone back to putting in there, which I really
Yes,
appreciate.
thank you
Oh,
for
thank
doing
God for the
that.
blurbs. I
The
learned of a new
teaching you
spice
of it.
blend from the blurbs.
Yeah,
Exactly. Or the Naj.
yeah,
I'm like, they're cooking at Naj. I'm
The
like,
non.
I'm gonna look through my books this week to find a recipe on how to do that since,
There you go.
done traveling. So I like that they're going back to kind of a teaching in a roundabout way. It's not as direct as say
Mm-hmm.
worst cooks, but we're
yeah,
getting some what can happen versus just like not seeing it.
yeah. Matt, do you
I
agree? I mean, is there anything that you want to see?
100% agree there. Like I said,
Yeah.
with the blurbs there, Michelle, I had never known what Ras Al Hanout was,
Yes, I
but
thought that you guys.
I saw it
Okay.
in a recipe once. I'm like, I was making like a Moroccan dish. I'm like, Ras Al Hanout. Wow. Oh, right. I'm like, I saw that on the Food Network. A little blurb about it. Ras Al Hanout, a Moroccan spice blend known for warming spices like cinnamon. I was
Okay,
like,
you knew what that
that's
was,
how I
right?
know
Because
it.
I
I did.
recognized it
I
from you
did.
guys, because you guys
I
had
have
talked about it
some.
in the past.
I got a whole bottle of it because it's delicious. It's that nice warming flavor of just it. And it's one of those things that like the more I watch with these
Yeah,
shows, the more I feel like I'm not just learning the ingredients, I'm
yeah,
learning ways to talk about food. And that's the big thing for me is like when somebody says it's a warming spice, like, okay, what's a warming spice? Oh, it's like cinnamon and clove. Like, okay, where would I experience a warming spice?
right.
But then carrying that over to being like, You talk about like cider. You put cinnamon sticks in cider. Oh, it's a warming spice. Then there's Ras Al Hanout adds warmth to the dish. My mind is then able to connect like, Ras Al Hanout must do for this what a cinnamon stick does to apple cider in the fall.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating to learn all these new techniques. Like, I have yet to take the jump into cooking like en papillote and things like that.
Yeah.
But
in paper.
seeing these things done more and more, just I always feel like it's almost dangerous for me to watch the Food Network before I meal plan for the week. I'm like, what can I make that they did? I said, we're going into Tech Week tomorrow, so it's going to be a lot of really quick, easy meals for the next 2 weeks. But at the same time, like, I grabbed a pork tenderloin. Maybe I'll do something a little fun with that,
there's so much that the Food Network does, and it's like I do feel that they are really going back to like you guys have said, the more educational. We've talked about the blurbs. I love the blurbs because it's like for people like me, it makes me, because I'm either gonna pause it and I'm gonna go look it up, which I did a lot, or I'm gonna read the blurbs, and I feel like it just helps. It just I don't know. It just helps. And I loved that they got to bring out their the culinary team, because it's like the culinary team, this show would not have worked if they didn't have those culinary team, the culinary producers, the people that literally cleaned every one of those stations in between every single round, because they had to get everything clean. The people that restock the pantries. I mean, that's a job in and of itself. Like, there's so many people, and I love that they got to bring them out and give them their flowers, because they truly, truly deserve that.
Behind the scenes people never get enough flowers, and we saw it a lot this season. Maybe I don't remember seeing as much last time, but I feel like this year we saw them a lot more, in the sense of like, hey, they're getting ready for judging. They're like, hey, cut the feed into the break room, and instead of just showing, Chef Esther, Chef Michael, and the judges, we got the wide shots of, hey, here's what they're doing to the stations. Yeah. Which was fun the day they took away all their sharp objects. So you saw them like, why are they going to every station? Shouldn't they just be cleaning the ones that were, they're taking things. And I mean, especially because it might be because we were doing a whole bunch of like puppetry, magic stuff over the weekend. But like, the behind the scenes people in any production never get enough value from anybody, because it's one of those things, if they do their job right, nobody notices. And I think that's the best way to say it. I mean, we have a guy for Little Shop who's, for the first 20 to 30 minutes of the show, sitting in a rolling desk, waiting to put his hand up into one of the plants. But because you don't see him there in the beginning, as soon as that plant starts moving, the magic is real.
Oh.
And it's you see, it was like taking down the stations, cleaning the stations, especially in a show like this. You're on the clock. So truly, kudos to everybody who works behind the scenes there, because without them, a show like this wouldn't work.
No.
And it's one that's like, we love seeing the chefs. The behind the scenes is also just fascinating, from Michael Simon getting a sock blowout after 22 cups of coffee.
How is he standing? Like, I don't get it.
Don't
explain the science of he's just keeping at that level.
He can't get tired. His body is the second you take away that caffeine, though, he's gonna crash.
I'm sure he's like a day and a half afterwards.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh my God.
But but seeing the people reset the stations was really cool this time, especially because we saw him sneaking around. I want to see like maybe a behind the scenes episode, maybe like a filler of before the finale. Hey, here's all the unsung heroes that have been working their butts off for the last 23 hours going into the final shift.
Hey, Food Network, that's what we want. That's a good idea.
Kind of like what Justin did with the behind the scenes on the randomizer on the one.
Exactly. Because I feel like there's got to be at least 24 people at least resetting everything. And like, okay, they took 5 oranges out of the fridge. Do we need produce for this next challenge? It's insane. And they all deserve kudos.
It's like, okay, let's say that they use part of an ingredient. They have to get rid of it, like for sanitary reasons. Mm-hmm. So it's like just realizing, okay, Chef Leanne touched, X amount of cloves. Like, we have to get all new cloves. I mean, you know what I mean? That's just being that attentive to detail. I cannot wait.
I'd love to see it behind the scenes. I would love to see how the sausage gets made.
Can we please, Food Network, we're asking, we would love to see, just like what you guys described, like that behind the scenes, even if it's just like a 30-minute special, that would be great.
Just something. Because, I mean, you see them all the time. They're always there. And it's just like, you don't want those people just be the cogs of the machine, because without them, the machine doesn't work.
Yeah.
I want to be
They
the
deserve their
mouse in the
flowers.
corner watching.
Yes.
So just stick us in the corner. We're just going to be like.
just 3 little folding chairs just sitting there watching. See the back of our heads in a wide shot.
Fine.
We'll drink 22 cups of coffee with Michael Simon.
We'll bring our own coffee. We'll bring our own folding chairs. I mean, if that's really.
Have folding chair, will travel.
Oh my god! Oh my god! But guys, I absolutely love doing this with you guys. I love, it's so much fun. This is something that I've loved doing. It's now going on. 2019 is when we first, first started talking. 2020 for, I think.
2020 for me.
Yeah.
2020 for you, but 2019 for you. So I mean, it's just like 7 years. I love. This is something I look forward to every week, and I'm so glad I get to do it with you guys. So
I have an announcement.
Please. Oh my god! Please do. Oh my god!
I'm in the process of putting the podcast together on my YouTube of us. Yep. It's going to take time because, again, we've been
explain that, because I know what you're talking about, but they don't.
Okay, so if you saw our little logo, we're going to be having a breakdown of each of the shows we've been doing. So TOC is going to have its own logo. Worst Cooks is going to have its own logo, which is kind of my favorite, and of course, Allison's favorite. But each show that we review is going to have its own little logo on the podcast, which will be on the ForkTravel YouTube, and the link will be to the stories, and they can put them on their highlights of their Instagram as well, with the logos. I think 100 Cooks starts tonight.
Okay,
I set the DVR as we were talking.
Yeah. Is it not started, or
it starts tonight?
It started 10 minutes ago. It just started.
I was so sad about Barbecue Brawl because I realized it was a couple, like you said, a couple weeks.
We missed it by a few weeks.
I thought 100 Cooks has already been going on. It hasn't.
No,
100 Cooks is season 1, episode 1. Give it 100 right now.
So we should make plans to talk about this.
Okay, we can talk about it. I thought we were missing it. I'm so sorry we missed Barbecue Brawl.
I want to try to audition for it. I think I could hold my own at least a little bit, but we'll have to watch and see, because as we know, if we never can change things between seasons, but it looks like it'll be a blast because it's supposed to be just 100 home cooks.
It's 100 home cooks. I got it out of the corner of my eye right now. What it's looking like, it's on mute. It's 2 bingo tumblers of randomly determined chef numbers and randomly determined challenges.
Okay, here's my problem. I'm gonna be completely honest, not knowing anything about the show. My problem is you have 100 chefs. How are we supposed to root for some of them? Does that make sense?
That's fair.
Meaning, okay, so when we had 24, that was hard enough to try to grab our favorites from 24. How the hell are we supposed to do it with 100? I really don't know.
If they have 2 to 4 cooking, we pick our favorite, because we'll tell who that we like and who that we don't like. I mean, we don't have to pick our favorite teams till they get down near the end, maybe. But
according to the TiVo, they're going through 50 of them today. So
50 people today.
So it says host Terry Crews randomly selects over 50 of the 100 cooks.
I want to know how many are actual home cooks and how many have a catering business or a baking business or an internet side piece.
Some are content creators. I'm catching out the corner of my eye right now. Some are listed as content creators. One's a retired CIA agent.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I've run into this with my competition baking for the fair. There are some people, and I've brought it up to the fair, Fresno Fair people before. Of if somebody has a Facebook side business, they're making money off of that. It's not a hobby anymore. For me, it's a hobby because I don't make any money off it. I work in an office. So it's not a level playing field if you have access to a professional kitchen or you're doing this as a side business, but you say that you're a home cook. So I'm hoping that the majority of these are actual home cooks without having a side business or an influencer position where they're getting, kickbacks from companies to push product.
I mean, you can pay me anything. No, I'm joking. No, but you know what? So I guess that makes you feel better. Sponsor. That would be amazing. No, I'm really excited about this. I love that you're taking so she's taking obviously our old ones. She's putting it on the YouTube channel so that you guys can watch. I think that's really wonderful. You did a great job with the logos. Thank you for creating those. That's so cute. And I think with this show, All right, I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. I thought it was several weeks in because I've been watching the Food Network page, and so they were been introducing all the chefs. So I thought I was just like really late to the game.
They've been
So
pushing it pretty
They've been
much because it's a
pushing
new
it.
show. I mean, it's a
it's a
new
new
IP.
series.
Well, they've been pushing it heavier than any of the other shows they've
Yeah,
had recently.
yeah.
True. I feel like Barbecue Brawl and 24 and 24
I'm
had a lot
sad
of
about
overlap.
barbecue.
I think
Yeah.
that made the issue of you can't push one over the other, so you're pushing
Yeah.
twice on separate things. And this one feels like, and maybe it's just me being the eternal optimist. This one feels in our wheelhouse, not necessarily for picking chefs, but
Okay.
for how we've been talking about food for the last several years.
Okay.
Because we've been saying for years we want to have home cooks versus like worst cooks redeemed, and like bring
Yeah.
the winners back on and bring two friends to cook with you. Why not? I mean,
Yeah.
but like it feels like it's
Yeah.
treading that water a little bit of here's
Okay.
100 home cooks. Let's see how they do in these competitions.
I
Which means
think
really they're just prepping us for season 2.
I think what's and this is just because I think Food Network appreciates honesty. It's just a little bit confusing to me. Just giving me 100 chefs. I think that's just I know, but it's like the ADHD in me is going like squirrel. Like 100's a lot. I think I'll give it for the benefit out for sure,
Yeah.
and I'll watch it. I thought it was like been going on for weeks, and I'm just behind the time, so I feel
Did you
better
see
about
the
that.
Korean one, the Korean culinary competition? They start
No,
off with white chefs and white coats and black coats, and they start off
no,
with 100 chefs, and they cut. The first episode takes forever because they're culling chefs left and right.
okay.
But was it culinary class wars or
So
something?
is it kind of the same principle? Like
I
I don't
Sounds
really
like
don't
it.
know.
I don't know till I see the episode, but
Okay.
you would enjoy culinary class wars. It's pretty intense, and actually, an American chef made it pretty far near the end.
Oh wow. Okay, that's
I mean,
amazing. Okay, I'll check it
it's
out.
like we saw with 24 and 24 though. I mean, you're culling how many chefs in week 1.
It was
Right.
like 12. I think it was
Yeah.
12 or
Yeah.
13 that first week. Okay, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Now that I know it hasn't, I'm so bummed we missed barbecue brawl because it's like there's so many chefs that I was so excited, or I'm sorry, brawlers that I was so excited about. Like I've been doing the research. Oh, I'm mad about that. Don't Food Network, don't put them on the same. Come on, like
Yeah,
spring
go
break.
on, stretch them out. We'd love to talk about your shows.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
this
But
one,
no,
I mean, from the clips I'm seeing out of the corner of my
see,
eye, it does look like it's going to be a lot of fun.
it's
Because
gonna be
it's
fun.
completely
Okay.
random with the bingo balls rolling out like, Chef 62, come on down.
Okay, I will say, not that so I'm a realist, right? I didn't think 24 and 24 would work. Personally, I was like, how the heck are they going to win the first season? How the heck are they going to do this? So maybe I'm going to use that same logic for this show. We'll see.
Maybe. I'm just the eternal
I don't know.
optimist. I mean, everybody has
Yeah.
said for Little Shop, like, how are you not freaking out? We open in 5 days. I'm like, you just don't see it.
You don't see the vision. Yeah. Okay. So I might be eating my words, but Michelle is doing a great job of putting those up. You're doing Tech Week for the next 2 weeks. We're going to be
Yes,
watching
we
24,
open on Friday.
20, 100,
Anybody in Western
cooktop.
Pennsylvania,
Western,
come see Little Shop of Horrors.
go ahead and plug that again. I interrupted. Please plug it
I was
all.
like,
Sorry.
anybody in Western Pennsylvania, come see Little Shop of Horrors. I'm playing Oren Scrivello, DDS, which is
Is
fun
it the
because
dentist?
he's the dentist. It's a very different person than who I am. And a lot of people are like, you're really mean up there. And like, every time we have rehearsal, I have my big, like, walking out. I'm like, excuse me, ladies, which way to 1313 Skid Row? And everyone's like, boo this man, boo, he's a terrible person. But it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's some of the most fun I've had doing theater in a very long time. And I'm going to be sad in a week from Sunday when it's over.
Oh,
And then you'll prep for the next one.
And well, actually, this is my last one for the season. I am not in the fall show this year, so this is my last show until auditions in November. So I get a little bit of time, which works out well because we keep
yeah.
finding things to fix in the house, and
Yeah.
we found
That
a
will never
leaky
end.
pipe. Oh, the leaky pipe today was a fun surprise of fixing
Yeah.
3 upstairs drains, and like, why is the kitchen counter wet? Why is the cabinet leaking? Call the plumber now. So the plumber's coming tomorrow, which is going to be just so fun.
Yeah,
And the
You see that
electrician's coming in 2
optimist.
weeks.
yeah, we had, let's
And
see, we moved in January. That June, we had this sprinkler valve in the back break and flooded the garage. And then the next day, the other
Yeah.
one went and did it again. So
No.
But we learned where the turn-off valve was because we had no clue. So make sure you know where
we at
the
least
gas
found
turn off or the water turn off.
Yes.
We found the leak early at least because it was like, the drains are working, but now the cabinets are wet, which
I'm
is
glad you
just
found
delightful. My fear was because the drains were so slow, the water wasn't dripping to a degree where we would have found it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a matter of like, okay, see what they find, and the electrician comes in 2 weeks to do all the wiring replacing.
Yeah.
And then we do all the painting, and then we do all the furniture, and then we actually move. I mean, by sometime in July, we should be moved.
Well, it sounds like you guys have so many good things that are coming up this summer. No,
Fun
pipes
things.
fixed, and you're with the work they're going to have to do to put everything up. But it's going to be amazing, you guys. I love doing this. My kids are like literally like, Mom. So
Go get the kids.
I go, Mom, but it's so good talking to you guys, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.
Bye, buddy.